In this segment, we're going to take the mind plan and prediction points imported from the map in the last segment and conduct final subsidence calculations rather, on that scenario. So we're not going to deal with dynamic calculations, nor are we going to deal with calibrations. Both of those will be discussed in a future segment. So because we're only doing final calculations, there's not much left that we need to mess with before we are able to make those calculations. One thing to do is make sure that our empirical parameters are where we want them to be. We're just going to leave them at the default values for now. We're going to leave extraction thickness at 5 and elevation at 4. That is fine for what we're needing. We are going to apply an edge effect offset, so we'll use 50 feet, the default value, check apply, and then once we save that change, we can calculate our new edge effect offset coordinates based on that 50 feet value, which you can see there in the right side of the table. And then we can see those changes in the scenario plot. So here you see that red outline showing the offset 50 foot inside to the original green panel. We're also going to change our prediction points a bit because we want, in this case, our results to only show this profile here. So this vertical profile, which you see there, that means we need to deactivate all the rest of the points, which is actually pretty easy to do. And then we need to change the order of these points to be either bottom to top or top to bottom so that our cross sections after we calculate look like they make sense. So to do that, we just plot the codes and then we can see which points we need to deactivate and then what the order of the points needs to be. So I will do that quickly here and then show you how that is done. So now all these points in red have been deactivated. The fastest way to do that is by using the summary tab and just going through and deactivating each point that you don't want. I also have changed the order here to make a little bit more sense based on the map. So point 29 is the first in order. If we go back to our plot, first we can see that only the points we're interested in are showing up, which is what we want. Point 29 is here, so this will be the first point, and then the order will just descend in line with those points, with our last point, number 22, point 22 being 15, our last point in order. So now that that is completed and all of our mind plane parameters are adequate, we can go ahead and close out of this Manage Scenarios tab and open the Calculate tab the Calculate window underneath the Analysis tab. So because we only have one scenario, we are automatically selected there, and then we just calculate our final deformations, and then we can go look and see our results in the Deformation Results tab. So all of these deformation indexes can be shown here. Go ahead and chart that profile, and that is a pretty normal cross-section, what we would expect, and that looks much cleaner because we ordered the points and are only looking at the points we wanted to. Contours, obviously for a straight line, we're not going to be able to see contours, but in gridded prediction points, or even scattered points where the density is high, this can be a very helpful tool. And then we can see the actual data for each point, and we can export all of that as a single Excel file. So here, all the measurement columns are empty. There were no measurements associated with these points, but then here at the end are all of our calculated parameters. So that takes us to the end of this video segment. In the next, we'll look at dynamic calculations.